I was more like looking at the map of Europe. Where is Czech Republic? It's in the center of Europe. It's
Yeah.
like, let's say, the heart of Europe. There is a program in our university, which I should mention, which is called Buddy Program, where you get a Czech-speaking person who is your buddy, who can help you in getting everything necessary or essential to stay here. So he called me and he told me, okay, you should take this train, this bus, and how to get into literally the university. And he helped me a lot. Now I am teaching in the university. I know how the teachers work on enhancing the curriculum for students. They are incorporating AI into the system. They are incorporating all new things which are available in the system. They
Wow.
continuously research about the development of every courses they are in.
Wonderful. For a business school to incorporate AI and all the other technology into their learning aspects, that's amazing, right?
Yes, because I was exactly doing what I'm learning in the school.
Super.
And I improved the process at work by getting information and insights from the professors, and I apply the practicality from there to the curriculum so that I could integrate it and learn much easier and faster.
It's a classic example of what we say, what you learn, you should be able to apply at the industry level.
Feeling so bad that they don't have the same education system as Czech Republic in their countries, because we focus more on practical education. It's more like the Norwegian way of learning, like learn by doing. So this methodology gives us an upper hand in learning things and being educated. The tuition fee is fixed. It's like 2,500 euros per year for master degree. And my living expenses, it depends really on how you want to live. 200 euros or 150 to 200 euros for accommodation in the dormitory of the university, which is a really good place. No problem. We get a stipendium from university every month, but it's not like one funding for all year. It changes every year based on what you have done and what's your ability. So it changes. They were so friendly, and I have to say they were one of the major reasons that I chose to do my PhD in remote work management, because they inspired me a lot in focusing more on the journals, the publishings and so on. They make me interesting every day because they have multiple programs here, including Erasmus exchanges and so on. So I'm naturally curious about everything. I want to know everything. So I get deeper, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to do my PhD here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, all of you. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. Today, we are going to interview our student who studied in Czech Republic and currently doing his doctorate also into Czech Republic. So we are going to discuss all his experiences, feedbacks, and his future plans, etc., etc. And we would like to welcome Sampras. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Mr. Shivaraman. I'm glad to be here to speak to you about my journey in Europe.
Thank you so much, and taking your time out, sharing your experience to our audience, students, parents, young minds. We are really thankful to you. So, Sampras, kindly introduce yourself to our audience, what you're currently doing or what you did, etc.
Sure. My name is Sampras Femi Robert. I'm from south of Tamil Nadu, and I completed my bachelor degree in mathematics in Loyola College, Chennai. And then I moved to the Czech Republic to do my master degree in economics and management, and currently pursuing my PhD in remote work management.
Wonderful. Before I ask more questions, first question I was so curious to ask when I saw your profile. Bachelor's in mathematics. We live in the world where people run away from mathematics, but to take that as a subject itself is like, hats off to you. So kindly talk a little bit about that. Your bachelor's in mathematics. So you basically like mathematics, or?
Sure, it's an interesting story. Actually, the lowest mark in my high school was in my mathematics. So I decided, okay, what's in mathematics? Why is mathematics so hard? So I had two options in my mind when I was choosing my bachelor degree. It was like either in English or in mathematics. Mathematics was my third option, sorry. English, some other subject, or mathematics. But end of the day, Loyola College, it's really hard to get in. They just do mathematics. So I was like, okay, anyway, I'm going to try. I'm not going to protest against it. I'm just gonna try mathematics, and it ended up good. COVID helped me, thank God.
This is quite different answer. You were not great at it, or however you put it across. So you felt like, let me just see why this is so, different to me. Wonderful. Excellent. Excellent. Now, first thing I wanted to ask about that, because Sampras, you could see nowadays, maybe you don't know because you are completely in Czech Republic and into your doctorate and all. Right after 10th grade, you look at the mark sheet, mathematics subjects are not there. The school student. 11th, 12th, mathematics is not there. We see economics, physical education, music, dance, painting. Hey, where is math? Because without mathematics, they cannot fly abroad, meaning to European countries. Because nowadays it's a kind of rule. So when did you plan to do your master's, Sampras? At what moment you decided, I guess, I should travel and explore more and learn more? When did you decide?
It was completely random. I can say this. I'm the random person you can find in whole Europe, because I completed my bachelor degree and I was like more into entrepreneurship, which I was like, okay, I want to make a startup. I want to work on it. We were a group of friends working on that. And when you step into it, you see the practical difficulties in it. So that's why I realized. That's when I realized, okay, maybe this is not enough. I need to get more knowledge. And I decided, okay, I will do some MBA programs in India. So I was exploring the opportunities. And one random day, my friend called me. Why don't we try on Europe? So we decided, okay, let's go to Latvia. And we applied for Latvia, but I got rejected. She got selected. And then the second option was Czech Republic. Then I ended up here.
Okay. Now I guess you are in love with Czech Republic. That's why you're continuing your doctorate also in Czech Republic.
I cannot think about moving away from here.
that I could understand. With you doing your doctorate, we are going to come to that particular point. And also, in connection to what you said, I guess people say, right, all happens for a good reason. Don't you think that rejection at Latvia was a positive thing for you right now?
Of course, 100%.
The youngsters watching this particular interview, whatever results come, don't get dejected. Keep moving to the best, meaning the next, which probably will be your best. This is what we could infer. So, did you look at any other countries or only Europe?
Was only Europe, because I was also thinking about other countries like UK, Canada, and also US, but again, it's just a loop of buildings, being in one country, one culture, same people, same language. It's not something interesting for me.
And selling
sorry?
And selling out so much resources for a degree. I feel it's not a logical decision, or I cannot pick up an offer letter, give it to the student, spend 80 lakhs, 90 lakhs. I just cannot do it. Sampras, I cannot do it. I know, right? As you rightly pointed out, being an entrepreneur is so challenging. I run businesses, several offices, several staff. I know how hard and challenging the world is. But you are asking a child who is 18 years or 22 years, asking him to take an 80 lakhs education loan. I cannot think of it, brother. Tamilla சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, என்னால நினைச்சு கூட பார்க்க முடியல. எப்படி how will he even repay his education loan? See, we run businesses, okay? Nobody is doing any charity, but you cannot promote these high cost education, because I know many of your friends also selling their ancestral properties to go to UK or to do a PG diploma in Canada, etc., etc. No point. So then, compared to other countries, you choose Europe for any specific reason? Of course, the cost. Any other aspects? More diversity. That's what you are telling.
Yeah, the diversity in Europe, and also the opportunities in Europe connected with European Union, the Erasmus, the Schengen visa was my top attraction. So,
it falls in line with your, I guess, the kind of person you are. You just want to explore new things. Correct me if I'm wrong. Life is, Sampras, life is once, right? We should break the shackles and explore, right? Same happened to me in 2006 when I was placed, same like everybody else in the entire engineering college. I was the only one who left it and went abroad for my master's, my entire college, I mean to say. You know,
Okay.
if you miss these opportunities, lifelong we will have regrets. Rather, we grab those opportunities and make it work without
Yeah.
regrets.
Yeah. But I think I would like to highlight one thing here, because grabbing the opportunities, now I see a lot of young people, they are like, oh, there is an opportunity, I want to take it. There is an opportunity, I want to take it. But before taking that opportunity, you should know what you want and if you want it. Because if you are interested in project management and you grab an opportunity from logistics, it doesn't make sense, because end of the day, you're going to leave it. So it's also about passion and what you want. Knowing what you want is really important, I think.
100%. And also, that's why I thanked you in the beginning of your our meeting, in between all your works, to allot us this 1 hour. This is basically nothing to glorify about Europe Study Center.
Yeah.
We wanted to explain people there is a country called as Czech Republic. There is a university called as Silesian. You can go study, explore your skills, and see like what happens from there in your life.
Exactly.
That's how
And
it
I
is.
appreciate you for this initiative.
Thank you so much. And this is my 16th year. Some of my students and as well as parents and especially my staffs, they were pushing me, sir, why don't you do these interviews? I said, for what reason? They are going to look at the university's website, see all the details, match it up with what we have given. They are going to decide. Then I felt, okay, everybody is saying, let's do it. Then I planned 10 interviews. Then I felt, no, every interview I am learning now, brother. I am learning a lot of things. So now I decided to do 100, almost 50 done. 50
Great
more.
job.
Thank you so much. So then, how did you find us? How did you find Europe Study Center?
Yeah. I hope you remember this girl I was talking about who called me to go to Europe.
Okay. Through her.
She referred me. Yeah.
Usually it happens through references or
Yeah.
through social media. So you got your admit into Silesian, and with the tedious visa process for Czech Republic, which even now also it's just the same. So the moment you got the visa, how did you feel basically? Because that is the starting point towards everything, right? First is to get the visa.
Yeah. Actually, my journey to visa starts from my train to Delhi embassy.
Okay.
I met new people who were also applying for a visa, who were literally telling me everything, because I don't know A and B from Czech Republic. I know Czechoslovakia, but not about the partition, no history at all. I'm more in mathematics than history, I would say. So they were telling me everything about how it works, how it is, and because they had some experiences before. And then I had my interview. I got my visa, and I was like, okay, we are going to Europe. It was just like that, because I got a call. I applied the next day, and then I got the visa in 4 months. Then I was like, okay, happened. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes time. This European visas, they always usually take time. So, which university you studied and what program you studied in your bachelor's? Kindly enlighten the audience.
The bachelor's.
Yeah, master's.
Sure. So my master's was in Silesian University in Opava, but the faculty is in Karvina in the Czech Republic, and my core was business economics and management. And here we focused on all practical business things, because I don't think MBA is a big matter here. It's more masters here, and you focus on multiple disciplines of business administration. So my master's was in business economics and management.
Wonderful. So compared to studying back home in India, here studying in European countries is a completely different experience. So how did the first semester go? What all changes did Sampras had to make for you to be, finishing up your tasks on time?
I would say it's quite a switch, because
yes, that's why I asked this. That's why I asked this question, because many people watching this interview, they will prepare. Yeah. I watched Sampras interview where he clearly told this is what I'm going to face. So they will be mentally prepared. That's the whole idea. Please enlighten us. Yeah.
Sure. So it's not like one course fit all courses here. It's more personalized, I would say. And we have, like, for example, one subject only once per week. And it's 1.5 hours, 45 minutes of lecturing and 45 minutes of practical application of what you have studied. into the case studies or examples, or you can create your own company. It's evolving every day, I would say, because now I am teaching in the university. I know how the teachers work on enhancing the curriculum for students. They are incorporating AI into the system. They are incorporating all new things which are available in the system. They
Wow,
continuously research about the development of every courses they are in.
wonderful. For a business school to incorporate AI and all the other technology into their learning aspects, that's amazing, right? You know,
Yes.
they actually need not do, but they are doing it because they want to be futuristic. They want to
Yes.
be advanced, and they want to give the best to their students.
Yes, exactly.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, any specific changes that you had to make in your learning pattern in your first semester, especially?
I didn't have to study at all here because
Okay.
learning, like listening to the lecture and applying it practically, it already gives you what you want. So it's
Super.
just about recollecting it during the exam. And I was also working after 6 months. So I was working as a project manager. So I was just like, putting this and that there, mixing it up and writing the exam.
Wonderful. So it's like you listen, you understand, and learning, both
Yeah.
parallelly, and plus you are working also.
Yeah.
So enlighten about that particular aspects. How did you, work as well as study? Please tell us.
Yeah. In this case, I'm lucky, I would say, because I got a company which is pretty flexible with my schedules. So I can work whenever I want. And traditional schools have schedules, so I have to follow the schedule in school. But work, they are very flexible that I can work anytime I want. So I'm grateful for that.
Super. So you were able to manage working
Yeah.
as well as studying both
Yes.
together,
Mhm.
which in a way helped you in your learning also of all these concepts and fundamentals.
Yes, because I was exactly doing what I'm learning in the school.
Super.
And I improved the process at work by getting informations and insights from the professors. And I
Perfect.
apply the practicality from there to the curriculum so that I could integrate it and learn much easier and faster.
It's a classic example of what we say: what you learn, you should be able to apply at the industry level.
Yeah,
If what you're learning is in the 1980s model, you cannot apply it on the industries. It's
exactly.
it's a non-starter. So yours was a classic example where you're learning and applying parallelly. Now I understand the point when Sampras said I never studied for the exams because you applied, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You applied all these thought process and all those things.
Yeah.
So then,
Also, like including financial aspect, when we are speaking about economics or taxes or financial aspect, when you're abroad, you send money to home. You manage your expenses, you pay taxes, so you know a basics of how it works, and then it's easy to just build upon that. And the exams here are mostly oral exams. It's not like you sit write 5, 10, 40 pages in the papers. If you're writing in papers, it's one page, or you're writing on system, or it's interview kind of a thing. So it's about how you approach to the question.
Sampras, this is my dream, Sampras. When these sort of examination and learning pattern happens in India, I can happily retire. Do something else. But nowadays, people, the learning aspect is only from the examination point of view, not
Yeah.
from a actual learning perspective, which is not happening here because the education system tests your memory instead
Yeah.
of developing your analytical, logical, and your problem-solving ability. Everything is depends on the mark.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, where we have Sampras, who completed his mathematics and management degree, and now even teaching during your doctorate, which is
Yeah.
amazing. This is excellent.
Thank you.
So then, coming to the aspect of professors,
Mm-hmm.
how helpful they were or how good they were in molding you.
They were so friendly, and I have to say they were one of the major reasons that I chose to do my PhD in remote work management, because they inspired me a lot in focusing more on the journals, the publishings, and so on. They make me interesting every day and every day because they have multiple programs here, including Erasmus exchanges and so on. So I'm naturally curious about everything. I want to know everything. So I get deeper, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to do my PhD here.
Wonderful. I guess professors maybe sensed it. You are a PhD aspirant. Maybe they were pushing you to do all these things indirectly. Don't you feel so?
Well, I don't want to, judge something here, but yeah, they asked me to do my PhD. It was not my sole decision.
That's what, see, they felt it would suit you. That's why they would have told you, right? There are plenty of other students in the universities, but when the professor asks you something, they felt you're going to be a good match for a PhD. So when did you complete your studies and when did you start your PhD?
So I completed my master degree, my state exam in February 2024. And in September 2024, I started my PhD.
Wonderful. So you are like first 6 months into your PhD now.
Yeah.
So it's funded by the university itself or some external agencies? Because PhD without funding, we cannot do it.
Of course. We get a stipendium from university every month. But it's not like one funding for all year. It changes every year based on what you have done and what's your ability. So it changes.
Super. So what's your topic in your research, in your PhD?
I focus on remote work management.
Remote work management. Super. So you're also parallelly working or currently now into teaching and PhD only as of now?
I'm more like a freelancer now because I don't have a job that I have to go to office every day. I'm freelancing.
Yeah.
So I'm doing multiple jobs together now, and studying and I'm sorry, not studying, researching and teaching.
Researching, teaching, and plus freelancing projects, finishing it up, giving it to them.
Yeah. I also teach in the high schools in the state, so in the city.
Wow. Super. Now I want to ask this question. I want to ask this before, but I feel this is the right time to ask.
Okay.
Tell us about Czech Republic and what it gave to your life and the whole aspect. Holistically, how Czech molded you or how Czech made you happy. Let us know.
Sure. So my first arrival here was like a fairy tale, I would say, because I get on flight from Trivandrum Airport in Kerala, and then I landed in Dubai because it was a connecting flight. And in Dubai it was like around 50 degrees. And when I arrived in Prague, it was -2 degrees. It was quite a switch. And I was expecting it not to be -2. It was my bad. I didn't check the weather, but I had very thin layers of jackets and so on. So it was like really disastrous the first day. And I went into the hotel. Then there is a program in our university, which I should mention, which is called Buddy Program, where you get a Czech speaking person who is your buddy who can help you in getting everything necessary or essential to stay here. So he called me and he told me, okay, you should take this train, this bus, and how to get into literally the university. And he helped me a lot. So I was able to buy a new jacket, go to the university, bear the cold out here. And then it was interesting for me because the culture is completely different. Whatever is taboo in India, it's not a taboo here. So it was a bit embarrassing in the beginning, but then I got used to it. It's about adapting. Yeah. So it was interesting switch because adapting to this culture was kind of enlightening. It broadened my horizons, I would say, because it's also interesting for them. I take what I like, I leave what I don't. So it's just about finding the balance between both cultures and setting yourself somewhere.
Super. And you said, now I have no second thoughts of leaving Czech for some time. Any specific reasons or any incidences that you can quote that which made you fell in love with Czech Republic?
A lot of instances, actually, because like number one, I am kind of an extrovert. I don't say I'm extrovert like very extroverted, but I'm extroverted to some extent.
Certain extent, okay.
So gradually, I like meeting people. I like going, speaking to people, finding new friends, and in result, I formed the whole community here. When I go to the street, people recognize me. Oh, Sampras, how are you? So it's a community feeling, and the city itself, the Karvina and the university, it's a growing city. It's not Prague. It's not a big
Yeah,
city
yeah.
like Brussels or Paris, but the city grows on you. The university grows on you. So when you and something gradually grows together, you practically find the emotional connect towards the city. Now, I have heard people coming here and telling me, "Oh, I don't like this place because it's not Prague or it's not Brno. It's not a big city. There is not much things to do." But the same people, after going to work in different cities and different countries, coming back to here for some reason to collect for graduation or to collect their certificates, I have heard literally they literally telling me how much they miss this place.
Yes.
So I'm happy that I'm able to be here even after my master degree.
Yeah, thanks to your decision and plus the support from the professors from the Silesian University.
Exactly. Yes.
The one. Plus, you were also always like eager to move further, try to explore why not, why not, why not, all these
Yes,
parameters.
always. This question keeps me moving.
Excellent, super. So then, in your PhD, it's like you. What is like a typical day at a PhD at your office? You will have to submit some researches, or how does it actually work?
Actually, it's not again the same thing for everyone. It depends really on your supervisor. And my supervisor is the dean of my university. And I have also another mentor that I closely work with academics and writing books, chapters in the books, and so on. So it actually depends on what your supervisor needs from you. So my supervisor set me free, do whatever you want, do your research, file your papers. So I'm free to do what I want. And there are some responsibilities that I have to complete by end of the year. It's not like today you have to do this, tomorrow you have to do that. I can do whatever, whenever. Just there are deadlines which I have to complete, and that's it. I'm happy about it.
Very flexible, right? That
Yeah,
sounds very flexible, and it gives you times to do whatever you feel like doing and uh, place your deliverables at the right
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Wonderful, excellent.
Because I would like to tell here, because I do my research. I teach in the university once a week for 2 hours, so it's not much. But then I do my project management in a company, freelancing. Then I consult on various organizations on digitization of their companies and also sometimes promotional and positioning of the company and on the places. And I teach in universities about digital technologies, not in universities, but in high schools. And I also make workshops for various organizations here. So my schedule are very hard, and it's like changing every day, every week. So for me to have flexibility at work and at school is really important, and I'm happy that I have it.
We are super happy at Europe Study Center. You are handling multiple roles and pushing yourself forward. And I feel the constant concept of exploration is always with you. And I guess year on year, you're pushing on. Wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you
Great.
for it.
So, I wanted you to say some words. When we say Czech Republic, people used to say, "Sir, we have never heard about it. How good it is. Shall we go there? My relatives are telling something else." So, so many misconceptions. In India, what happens is when people get into confusion, Sampras, they do
Mhm.
the worst thing that they should never do. You know what it
Yeah.
is? They
Asking for
avoid
an
doing
opinion.
anything. They avoid doing everything. They stop.
Okay.
They
Okay.
just don't do it.
Uh-huh.
See, even if you do something, there is a chance that you can make it work.
Yeah.
But when you don't want to explore or you don't want to get slightly uncomfortable and explaining, and expecting comfort going forward is a non-starter. So kindly enlighten the audience, students, parents watching this interview about Czech Republic and Czech Republic as a study destination.
Oh, interesting. So I was the same student that you were describing 2 years ago,
Exactly.
but I
Exactly.
was not backing up. I had the same doubt. What is Czech Republic? It's interesting. I knew Czechoslovakia, but I didn't know the Czech Republic because I didn't know they were partitioned. They were the Velvet Revolution and so on. I learned it after coming here. But I was more like looking at the map of Europe. Where is Czech Republic? It's in the center of Europe. It's
Yeah.
like, let's say, the heart of Europe. Traveling from here is really nice. Okay, so I want to go there. That was my decision why I came here. And coming to Czech Republic as a study destination, I I think it's better than most of the countries here I have traveled to, because I have been in more than 16 countries in Europe so far.
Super. Super.
So I know I have spoken to the people there. I have we have debates about it. We have discussions about it. So when I speak to them, they are so feeling so bad that they don't have the same education system as Czech Republic in their countries, because we focus more on practical education. It's more like the Norwegian way of learning, like learn by doing. So this methodology gives us an upper hand in learning things and being educated. And I think the Central European countries, they are acing it in education, how to teach the various techniques of teaching. Literally, I had a meeting with our dean last time, and he told me, we are open for any innovative teaching methods you can come up with. So, because I wanted to propose him about simulation game on strategic management.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
so we were speaking about this, and literally he told me we are open for any innovative methods of teaching that you want to propose, and we are working on it right now.
So nice to to hear these things from the heads and from the deans of that particular university, right? It gives us the
Yeah.
freedom.
Yes.
We propose 10 things, at least 7 or 8 would click, and it's good to implement those things, rather than just sitting in this prototype education, writing 30-40 pages. And I was so happy when you said Silesian University is implementing these latest technologies into their learning aspect. So Sampras, when a student studies in a particular university, gains all the knowledge, and he should be in a position to feel more confident and get employed. But if the universities that he or she studies and they are not able to move forward and they are not confident enough, then the whole purpose of education is defeated. And I guess I'm asking this question to you because you would not believe, in a week, Chennai office alone would get at least 30-40 inquiries from students who have completed their masters and MBA, which I feel it's like really painful to redo, everything. Your comments about that?
Yeah, so it's all about getting the skills than just memorizing the books here. It's about, like, if you scored an A grade in the examinations, it might mean you're a good memorizer and not a good project manager. So, so it's all about getting the skills, and that's why I would like to compliment the examination system here. So you are evaluated based on two things. One, your master thesis, and I like the way how they see it, because you cannot plagiarize. There is plagiarism checker. They are an AI detector. All the professors are very well equipped with the knowledge of AI. So they, by reading the text, they can identify if it's written by AI or you. So there is no chance of cheating in this. So you have to do the research. You have to come up with a methodology. You have to come up with the research and do it. So you are gaining some skills from it, how things are working out. You are getting insights from reading the journals. And then you have the state examination. You don't use papers, you don't use pens, you just speak to the professor. There is a panel of professors who's going to question you, and you're going to answer to them. So here you can answer them only if you know something, because you cannot tell them the definition project management is defined as this. They're going to ask you specifics. Okay, why is it like this? Or giving you an example and asking you why it happened, or how could we solve it, or whatever. So if you are good with the theoretical background, then it's important to rise your skills also in the practical level, because they're going to ask you examples. Because I would like to share one instinct from my state examination, where there was a question about taxes, about double taxation. So I was great. It was a great question for me, because 2 days exactly before the examination, I was reading an article about the NRE accounts in India. They are not taxed. So based on that, I tried to answer my question, and they give me a good result on that. So it's about your approach and your obtaining the skills. How you're obtaining the skills. It's through practical knowledge or by memorizing the book.
Learning, as you, one thing which I really liked what you said is, that is my mantra also. an A grade doesn't mean everything. An A grade doesn't mean like he'll be good in project management.
Yeah.
So rather than all these things, getting to the bottom of the subject means everything. Since you are also, you will also be, when do you finish your PhD? Approximately, brother.
I expect ideally in 3 years.
Okay. So yeah, 25, end of 2027, most likely.
Yeah, I'll be 27 years old.
Meaning, come on. In Europe, you know much better. Okay. People
Yeah.
start their PhDs when they are 34, 35. So getting
No,
27
I'm
years.
not complaining. I'm just telling I'll be 27 years old.
But I feel, I'm not boosting you here, but I feel to get a doctorate degree in your 20s, that too in Europe, I feel it's amazing. It's
thank you so much.
you can tell yourself you have done something in your life which is very different from others and very effective also. Because whenever somebody says during the discussion, whether it's UG or PG, whenever somebody says, I may do a PhD, I say, please stop. I would say, please do it. Nothing like it. Okay, give it your time. It will give you all the benefits by doing your PhD. Kindly do it. Many people ignore it, but please do it. This is what we say.
Yeah, like most of the people think PhD is only for teaching in the universities or for academia. It's like, okay, if you do PhD, you will be a professor. Come on, but it's more than that. It's about improving or enhancing your knowledge about a subject, and you could be a consultant. You have multiple opportunities which you're not aware of. Once you get into it, you know about it.
You cannot, Sampras, you cannot wake up somebody who is projecting as if or trying to show as if they are sleeping. It's a non-starter. We cannot do it. People, if they don't want to change their mindset, we cannot do anything. And I don't want to pull the institute's name or to create any controversy. It's here and there near Chennai. And I met those students visiting our office during their final few days of their MBA. They came with two documents. One is their mark sheets, what all they studied in their management degree, and also their education loan balance, close to 35 lakhs they have spent for their MBA. I was like shocked. How do you even recover all these things? And which points me towards the question of your expenses. For example, what is the tuition fees that you paid for Silesian University, and also your living expenses in Czech Republic? This will help many young students planning their masters in Czech.
Sure. So the tuition fee is fixed. It's like 2,500 euros per year for master degree. And my living expenses, it depends really on how you want to live. Because if you want to just eat and sustain or live here, you can have a low cost. But if you want to really have a good life here, if you want to go out with friends, go to parties, go to different destinations, then of course you need more money. For basics, I would say you would need to pay. Okay, should I say it in euros, Czech crowns, or in
euros is fine. Euros is easier to understand.
Okay, so 200 euros or 150 to 200 euros for accommodation in the dormitory of the university, which is a really good place. No problems at all.
Super.
And for the food, it depends. If you are cooking together, you pay much lesser. If you are cooking alone, then you pay more. In my case, I moved out from the dormitory from the first year. So I got my job, and from my job, they give me accommodation. So I just moved out. Super. I'm in a flat, happily living alone because even though I'm an extrovert, I like sometimes the me time, so that's interesting for me.
Exactly. Especially when you have to read a lot and you don't have to, there's no need to adjust your timings with your roommate timings, basically. And when you say 2,500 euros, let's say approximately 2.5 lakhs, when somebody gets an opportunity or even somebody listens to such an opportunity, Sampras, don't you feel like they should grab it with both of their hands to earn a degree from Czech Republic? What do you feel?
2.5 lakhs is a good investment, I would say.
Yeah. And compared to what they spend here in Chennai XYZ, and to have an exposure also to the amount that you spend, I feel every penny it's worth. And we keep constantly telling 2 points, which You can tell your opinion also, because you are a researcher right now. We say, believe in lack of skills, do not believe in lack of jobs. First point. Second point is spend less, learn more. What is your opinion on these 2 points?
Well, I completely agree with your point because people see on because people see on lack of jobs in the markets. Because if you come here and you see lack of jobs, no one is getting jobs, but no one is looking at the listings in LinkedIn. How many listings every day they're updating? And just because that doesn't go through the interview doesn't mean there are no jobs.
Exactly.
It's about you enhancing your skills and bouncing back to the job again.
Exactly.
Because
And
I
for
was
example,
rejected in multiple places.
of course, right? Only rejection makes us stronger. If everything is
Yeah.
successful on the first moment itself, and here we have students watching this interview. If you go to join in Czech Republic or in Silesian, where you have Mr. Sampras, you can take his appointment. You have any issues, I'm sure, irrespective of whichever country he is from, over a coffee, Sampras would like to, love to guide you through this, entire process. So why I asked your opinion is, brother, you see a group of youngsters, what they talk. My company is not good. My company is not paying me well. But the stress levels are so high. I feel, why are you still there then? Why don't you move out? You are in that company and you sit and blame that particular company, which I feel is not correct. You can break the shackles and keep moving.
Sure.
And nobody discusses the fact of skill development or exploring, traveling, meeting a lot of people. No, they want to be comfortable, and without getting uncomfortable, they want all the benefits in life, which I feel it's like building a beautiful house without water and electricity connection. I feel it's of no logic, right? So what do you like to tell youngsters, especially a guy who is expecting to get his doctorate degree, doing multiple roles, teaching and all those things? What do you like to tell the youngsters, meaning passing out school or just passing out college? What do you like to say? Because that 27, 28, 30 plus and all, whatever you say, the fear takes over everything. They are not going to do anything. Forget about them. And by the way, Czech Republic doesn't take people beyond the age of 25, 26. That's another new rule.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another new rule. So these young minds watching this interview, what you would like to tell them, Sampras?
It doesn't only stop in the workplace or college. It is a bad college. It is a bad work. It also comes to countries. It's a bad country. I don't want to be here. I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Norway, Finland, Sweden. India is much better than here. Then why did you decide to leave India? That was my first question. It's like India is much bigger, much better. Yes, I agree. India is much bigger, much better. But don't brag about it to other country peoples who are working here. And there were some problems with it here. Okay, that's a different story. But then coming to our Indian students who are coming here, from my experience, what they want is they just want to come here, find a part-time job. They want to study, of course. They want to study, find a part-time job, take care of their expenses, send money to their family. And all of this has to happen in the first week that they arrived, which is impossible. The practicality of finding a job, because it's not an English-speaking country. We speak Czech here, and without knowing the language, without knowing how the system works, how the country works, they don't want to open a bank account. They don't want to buy a SIM card, or they don't want to apply for bus card. The first thing they want is a job, without any documents here. So it's about patience. There are people, they don't have patience in
That is
jobs.
why, Sampras, to add to it, when audience are watching, when you're explaining, I want to add to this point. We clearly say to students, including to you also, we would have told if you had asked us, meaning to say, forget about part-time, boss. There is so much things to achieve. Sit and study. The tuition fees is so less. And people ask me, sir, my friend is doing part-time job in UK. Why I should not do in Czech Republic? I say, like, his living expenses is 1+ lakh, 1.2 lakhs, 1.3 lakhs. And he hardly studies 5-6 hours a week. But our case is not so. You sit and study, all the opportunities open. And as you rightly pointed out, as Mr. Sampras has said, please ignore these small short-term benefits. Look at long-term goals. Any more points that you wish to say for the future aspirants, not only Czech, any European country, more or less? I mean, the do's and don'ts.
Sure. What you should have is patience. It's important because you cannot do everything on the first day you arrive. You need to wait. Greater things take time. Number two, networking. If you're an extrovert, go different places, public places, events, parties, just go find people, meet people. That's how I get all the things that I'm doing now. And networking was the only thing which helped me what I have now. Now, then again, with networking, if you're an introvert, then it's probably hard for you. In that case, go to networking events. There are multiple events here. You can look for it in Google, Facebook, whatever you want. There are business grills happening around. You can go there, then people are going to come to you to ask you what are you good at. Then you tell them, and then they recommend you something. So there are multiple ways to network, and I would say people are underutilizing it here because they're not aware of it and they don't want to do it, or they are shy and afraid of meeting people. So if you are afraid to meet people, then you're not going to get the opportunity that you need.
And if they are afraid of meeting people, then there's no point in studying a management degree at a B school, right? It's all about
Exactly.
meeting people, interacting them, and convincing them. End of the day,
Exactly.
then you have chosen a wrong degree.
Yeah.
By the way, also tell us, the audience, like, medium of instruction is 100% English, right? Please talk about that aspect also, because many people, sorry to say this, Sampra, sorry to interrupt you. The secret mantra, all these agents and consultants, how they convert students to these high-cost countries. Oh, you have to go to Europe, you need to know the local language because there is no medium of instruction, it is not in English. This is what they say. But whereas in all my 16 years, a single student also I don't send for non-English taught programs or courses because it's just not going to work out. So kindly enlighten about us, about this particular aspect.
Sure. The core medium of instruction is 100% English. Without every work that you do is in English. And I would say if they are teaching in local language, they will not admit you in the college because then you have to prove your language to them.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Completely English, and you can barely survive here with English. And if you have some problems with language, they're going to help you with that. So no worries about that.
Super, super, wonderful. So, so you constantly visit India once in a year. You find time. I asked this question because your plate is full. So
yes.
I just little curious to know whether you are like, coming here, going back, and all those things. That's how it is.
Yeah, I was in India 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but then after I didn't have time because now I complete my master degree, then I'm doing multiple things. I do multiple things, I would like to say, because it's not because I don't have static one. It's because I prefer getting incomes and sources from multiple places than from one place. So that if I don't like something, I can just leave it and find something else. Being a freelancer, you have a flexibility and you have your authority to do whatever you want.
Full freedom, no boundaries, and grab whatever you can with both of your hands.
Yes.
That's how it is. I feel, Sampras, typically, if every youngster start to think this way, meeting new people, interacting, making fun, making friends, and to kill the fear of failure, which you rightly pointed out. You have also faced all these rejections and all these things, and I guess these things only makes you stronger, right, Sampras? Failures and rejections. Don't you feel so?
That makes me think, why am I getting rejected? I started thinking a lot, and then I come up with, okay, I'm gonna see what skill I have, and then I'm going to monetize the skills. So then I was finding my skills. What am I good at? If I don't have something, I started to develop it with. You have everything on your computer now. You can develop anything you want. And then I started to do this freelancing. I started to approach companies, and they are happily welcoming me. And now I have all these things going around.
Excellent. Very good. It was very insightful. And any youngster watching this video, and I've been telling this in all videos, school children and all watching these interactions. Imagine, Sampras, you would have learned about all those things. You would have traveled to Czech Republic or any other country at UG level itself, right? If your parents had permitted, because that is why I started in 2012, meaning 3-4 years after I was sending for masters, I felt, why not undergraduation? That's even good for the children. So now I feel the undergraduation count is slowly getting higher compared to the master's count. And your video and whatever you have told in the past, exactly 50 minutes, it forms like a template. What to do, what not to do. And you have put it across everything very in a simple way. Keep exploring, keep learning, keep pushing yourself and interact with people. I guess, especially for a management professional, this is very, 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 very important feature. Wonderful.
Exactly.
Superman, amazing. And I once again thank you for giving us your time in between this schedule, and which I promised you, this show is not to glorify anything about Europe Study Center. This is about Czech. This is about Sampras, his journey, his travel, his opinion about do's and don'ts for the young minds. That's how it is. Any last few words you would like to say before we sum up this beautiful interview?
So whoever is watching this, if you're planning to go to Europe, just be ready to adapt, be ready to be flexible, have some patience, grab the knowledge and network as much as you can. Explore the ways how you can based on your personal traits. That's all.
Wonderful, man. Thank you so much. And for us to be a small part, especially in the starting of all this, your life journey, we are really happy and so, glad to see the progress that you have made. And as I usually tell at the end of certain of my videos, surely we will do part 2 once you finish your doctorate. That video will be only about your doctorate degree and other activities which you did. Now, don't worry. We will not disturb you for the next 4 or 5 years. It is after that.
Great. Well, I hope I will finish it in 3 years.
I am super confident on that. Because I don't see you as a person doing the same thing beyond a certain point. I guess you would have already shifted gears.
Yeah.
Yes. This I could sense it in this this one hour's time. Yeah.
Great. You're a great, sensible person. I could say that.
Thank you so much, and all the very best to you, and best wishes. As always, keep exploring. Best wishes to you, and keep guiding these young minds whoever reach out to you. Okay. And one thing which you said, thank you. One thing which you said 2-3 times, I really liked it. Have patience. Have patience. Have patience. Patience gives you everything. Okay. Thank you. See you very soon. If at all I visit Czech Republic, I would love to meet you over a coffee. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. Thanks for your time.
Bye bye. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. Bye bye.